Welcome to How They Rolled. I'm your host, Robert Lee, and we have here today with us David and a few other people, just as always, here to recap what we just went over with this last week. So we had a lot going on here, guys. It's like you get there, bunch of orcs, bunch of lightning again, bunch of death.
That's
Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday, yeah. Plain and simple. And it's like, so obviously you're kind of getting into the turtle here. I think people like your turtles. So.
Yeah, I'm liking it. Too,
you got the personality, I think, starting to show in that guy a little bit. That's good. So you have the personality of the dwarf. Well, hey. Well, he doesn't have his own. He's got to be able to show it in the character at least. So come now.
You're supposed to role play something not like yourself. Big
fat shell things like him. I'm confused. Anyways,
I think he's big. They're not big.
He's 5. He's.
Well, they only weigh like 300 pounds or so.
Yeah.
More,
but he's a little higher than that.
400. So whatever.
He's a brick. But he's over 5 feet. He's like 5'2", so he's not like short, but he's not tall either.
Okay.
So.
But he seems to be carrying, berserking himself around pretty well. So.
Yeah, and I thought I'd throw a little twist in with him being a healing type.
Yeah, almost shaman.
Which is unusual for a barbarian, but it's right in line with the backstory of
it works. It's starting to come out a bit with him. Yes, definitely.
And oh boy, did they need it.
Yeah, they did. I'm.
I mean, because I didn't do it.
Sonny just kind of stayed in the back and
did his thing.
Pew pew.
I think until the total came in, I was the only tank here.
Yep.
And the dwarf probably could have handled a bit, but yeah, you're right.
A little bit.
You were literally the only tank. Yeah.
Not a good idea.
That's usually the good makeup of a party. One tank instead of two tanks.
Plan says he's a tank.
Yeah, he's pretty much a tank, yeah.
But he doesn't hold anything.
He holds a spike in its head. But, Just a note that he does.
Specifically in his head, yeah. Not sure how that bodes well for his intelligence, but I still can't hear it.
That's where the intelligence comes from. It's like an antenna. It's just radiates out into the air, out into the ether, into the world. Flan. Speaking of, Flan actually had met some relative of his in this episode. Here I saw. Part two. He had.
We went on. Oh yes, part 2.
He had a big rock that you guys actually got at the end there.
Yep. Yes, size does not matter.
Apparently not, considering Flan kicked its ass. Anyways.
Yes.
I beg to differ in that
If you guys haven't seen the episode, you'll see what I'm talking about later.
I beg to differ in that regard, considering I got knocked on my ass.
Yeah, about a couple of times.
Boulder.
Well, basically, again, your DM is out to get you. That's all I can say.
No,
he's not pulling his punches.
No, you know what it is? He's not modifying his world based off of where we idiots decide to go.
Well, that's about right. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go into the heart of everything.
Yeah, let's go into one of the harder areas that you're really not scaled up for yet, because it happens to be lightning storm.
It's like an MMO.
Made by a
it's
god.
like an MMO. You're supposed to still be killing the little things crawling around like city gates. Exactly.
So let's go into this thing that a god made. Sure. Because we're strong enough? No.
Oh my God. Speaking of that, it's like orcs' special abilities with aggression and all of that. That's just from one end of the map to the other end of the map. Hi! It's like, some of those abilities of an orc, they are amazing, but it's like, 2 other players don't get that when they play an orc, or do they?
You can, depending on the feats and stuff you take. You can get Orcish Fury.
I guess, okay, that makes sense.
However,
but they won't play.
They're still dead, so they're orc based now.
Well, that's true. And you play really a half orc, anyways, generally speaking. But unless, of course, you have a really nice DM.
Yeah.
I won't want to play.
Our DM pretty much lets us, as long as you have a really good backstory.
I play a lot of dwarves when I play my game.
I'm sorry.
No. This is what I say about the orcs. Anyways.
Everyone hates orcs.
It's a racial thing, you understand.
Everyone hates orcs, but everyone here hates dwarves.
So anyway, Derek actually passed. He didn't die per se, but it's like he He did fail a few of his saving throws as being attacked by a bunch of orcs, a bunch of lightning things, and a bunch of pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
Flurry of arrows. You get hit by an arrow yourself over there, Sparks. You almost died from that thing too.
Yeah, this was where.
When was that? Which one?
You got poisoned by some
This
weird
is
little thing.
when we did the first orcs and then I attacked the second orcs.
I got hit by an arrow? I can't remember this.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't know
Well,
I can't remember if I got hit by an arrow.
a couple weeks. It just goes so far back, man.
Yeah.
If I didn't have.
Maybe I did.
Maybe I missaw it too. I could be wrong. I do recall you having to do a saving throw on that too. So.
I can hear the comics now.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
right.
And that was when I pulled out my healing kit, which is the salves and these, pungent oils and herbs and leaves and stuff and stinks and I'm trying to look at him and figure out what is this thing. Now,
You're the voice of reason. I hate to say this, a big overbearing barbarian turtle is the voice of reason in this whole group. So someone has to be, I know, but it's like, what are we doing going headstrong into this storm? We should sneak up on them. It's like, as Sparks over here, let's go see what's going on. Let's see what's going on.
Yep. That's me.
I feel your pain. I've been there before. I've played with him too. So, let's see here. So he ignored that. But anyways, you got a character that suits your play style now too.
Pretty much.
You really do. It's like a Warforged, basically single-minded objective. Go for that.
I have my orders. I'm doing what I was told to do.
Yes, you are, and you do what you want to do. It's like regardless of what the party says. So, yeah.
I need to get from point A to point B. If there's things in the way.
Walking is the easiest way to do it. Anyway, so as you're going through all of this, in the eye of the storm, it starts going down to a nice little drizzle here. Some little weird orky shaman stuff's going on here with the lightning. Some lightning elementals come down. Sparks are flying all over the place, and it seems to be some little orc or ogre fetish orgy or something going on here because it's like they're all dressed in leather and spikes. And I was going,
Fair point.
I'll watch that. Anyway, hey, it seemed very, very interesting.
I didn't think of it like that, but now that you say it.
But yeah, it's the way it was described. It's like, hey, when you have a GM that wants to actually get into the real nitty gritty of the world and doesn't pull any punches.
And that's why we have half orcs.
Oh God. No, won't happen. Notice how there are no half dwarves. Well, in some worlds there are, but there really shouldn't be. So yeah.
Who would sleep with a dwarf anyway?
Yeah.
Other than a dwarf.
Exactly. So anyway, even no shirt, no spikes and leather straps. I'm sorry. And anyways, and then it's like you have this healing salve that was the most potent healing salve I ever saw because an earthquake happened right after it. That I have to say, that was interesting.
Yeah.
That's Southern California.
We take our D&D very seriously.
Well, it obviously wasn't super bad because nothing fell off the walls and no one ducked under the table or anything. Yeah. So it was a roller. It wasn't a little collapser and a shaker really bad. But yeah,
I don't get up unless it's 7.0.
I know. Even if it is, it's like if it's rolling, it's like
So our
not as bad.
Our 360 camera has image stabilization on it.
We saw that, so it's like you didn't get to see all the shit. Yeah, it's true.
But you can see how much the 360 camera was moving, and that was with
still
image stabilization.
Yeah, it was still moving.
So it was. I was really surprised how much. So you can imagine how much this boom was bouncing around. It was just the right motion that will get this thing just wonking crazy.
If you could see this, basically there's a boom that goes over this. We're going to do a show on this one of these days, so you can actually see this part of it too.
Share off our secrets.
But there's a boom that goes over. There's another camera, and a few cameras are attached. And this really shouldn't have been moving, but yeah, it was moving because it's attached pretty firmly to the ground. But yeah, it was pretty impressive. It's like watching everything rock and roll. Yeah. Everyone's getting quiet. Like, what are you guys talking about? What's that? So, well, then the camera started to move. So we knew something was going on. It's like, and then I realized, I know when they film this.
Yep.
Everyone in California will.
Oh yeah, pretty much. So that was very interesting. And then we should get back here. To the S&M orc boss that was the swollen anyway, so
Yes, and
I like that part. What can I say? Anyways, and then there was even an orc that carried a big version of Flan. Well, Flan's relative. Flan, you should speak on that one a little bit, maybe.
He's just said he made it his bitch. That's it.
Pretty much did. He pretty much did. After the battle was done and said, it's like he went in there.
I can't help. I honestly have no clue what this flan is other than a rock. And as far as Eck is concerned, even me, David, the player, doesn't know what he is. And I'm like, is he like an earth elemental thing or what?
No, it's a rock.
It's just
it's a rock. Oh, thanks.
It's just a rock.
It's
just a rock.
He is just a rock, but he's a good rock. Rock and roll.
Sure.
Yeah, ROLE.
That's gonna go somewhere.
Anyways,
rock and roll. ROLE.
Yeah, there you go.
And when you get there, there was the big orc and S&M orc boss.
Yep.
There was the guy with the flan on a chain, and dire wolves, lots of orcs. Then lightnings come around, and then Davros dies. Sparks goes down first, though. But they didn't die. In all fairness, they didn't die. They were unconscious. They each made their saving throws eventually.
Yeah, but if Eck didn't have those salves and didn't have that skill, there would have probably been a player death again.
Speaking of, it's like the Warforged here, Sparks. He tried his damnedest to actually use his real life skills as an EMT upon one of the characters. Unfortunately, since he was actually untrained as a character, he did a little excessive pressure on compression, cracked a few ribs, and bled out a little more. Thankfully, he lived. He failed that saving throw, but thankfully, he lived.
I revived him.
I'd revive too if he broke a rib of mine, I think.
He woke up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Painful stimuli. It works.
Never play with the Warforged. Anyways. At least don't let them be your cleric.
What cleric? Oh, the one that,
The dead cleric? Yeah, there was a dwarf or you recall. Oh.
I'm not dead yet.
As far as we're concerned, he's gone.
So funny story about the dead cleric. So
This guy died. Funny story.
The missing cleric. Player wise, Dave we get our figures painted by somebody else.
Yeah, correct.
And she worked really hard on it. Dave sent this 100-point description. You should post a picture of that on here.
Oh, yeah.
100-point description of how to paint everything except his eyes. And she worked her butt off trying to get it exactly the way he wanted it because he has the engineer mind. Then one game.
Dead.
I may buy it off you. I got a use for a gold hammer maybe later on. So yeah.
Yeah, and then of course I'm like, I need to commission another. So I'm like, tell you what, you can go wild how you want to paint this one.
I've seen your
I didn't give her any advice on Eck. And we really need to bring this up close to one of our cameras to show these
That's
pictures.
what I'm saying. Where are your characters? Where are your characters?
They're actually in the staging area right now, just off camera here for our game that we're going to be recording tonight.
That's going to show off there.
It's going to take a bit. He's pulling them.
There's a lot of them.
It's rendering.
The question is whether or not you're close enough to the camera there.
Oh no, I'm going to get close to the camera. So.
Yeah, you'll have to reach all the way up there. You're still pretty far away. But
actually, I can.
Davros.
This is Davros. And why does everyone pronounce his name Davros? It's like it's Davros.
Because Babylon 5.
But it's spelled Davrus.
So while you're pulling that up, I want to say, and you already know this, Sonny already knows this, Eck is so pissed off at Sonny right now.
Oh, I noticed that. Good Lord. You wanted to get in his face, and it's like, it just ended right there. It's like, you son of... Oh. It's like, they fade to black. Oh, well, not quite to that extreme, but it's like, yeah.
And Eck has dealt with things in his life, and all this did was bring up those things of what Sonny was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Was just, it's like, not on my watch. I wasn't not happy.
No. That was so
Eck is pissed, and he's going to address that
Yep.
Anyways, so you can guide me here. Which camera is this here?
It's straight ahead, right in front of you there with the lights on.
So the top or bottom
Because we have
There you
lots
go,
of
right there.
cameras.
So top one?
Down a little bit.
So this one here.
Oh, too high.
That one is.
Here, let me just hold it.
Well, I can see the
That
screen.
was actually-
Oh, yeah, you can see the screen.
That one was
This
actually
one is
painted by a
this
player.
one is Davros,
Yeah.
for example. You see the
Unfortunately,
quality
we're
of the
trying to get
character, too.
focused now. It's focused on you. We got to get focused on it.
Okay.
It was
Actually,
almost
I can
there.
do
It had it for a moment. Remember that the
It's focusing on your hand now, so let's put
That one is actually
Yep.
painted by the
it's gonna
player.
be too hard.
this one. Okay, that's by the character. Who made the character though?
Who printed the
Who
character?
printed the character?
Oh, I do. I print them all.
And it's quality work. I mean, I'm looking at this thing. It's
no.
It's pretty good. I like
A
it.
quality print.
Oh, quality
I'm talking-
print, yes.
yeah.
Not painting.
We'd
Oh,
probably,
the
have,
paint
we'd probably
No.
have better success
Go show it.
if the person off screen on that side were to actually put it instead of reaching across like you have to,
That's a good idea.
and then you could put it in the screen. But
Oh, I think I see a dwarf. Or is
Yeah.
this?
That's the door.
that's the dwarf.
Yes. But look, the painting on this one is amazing. This is what we were just talking about. If you wouldn't mind, Sparks,
Yeah, if we can
show
get
off
that-
this one because this one is
It
amazing.
might be better just to put it in front of our camera.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Right,
works
right in
too.
front of our camera. There we go. Look at that. Oh,
The
man.
quality on this one
blurry
is
and
good.
good. It goes blurry and good. Oh, there we go.
Now smash it with a hammer.
Yep.
And he's got, of course, not one cup of ale in his hand. He's got
Two.
Because
So
God gave you more than one finger. More than that finger.
So Sonny, you made these. You had them painted.
Yeah.
I make them, but they're actually majority of our figures are done on a service called Hero Forge. I don't know.
Oh, you do Hero
Give them a
Forge,
shout,
okay, yes,
shout out.
Correct.
We buy the STLs because they fall off the table and break, and it's
Yes.
So we can just print 10 or 15 of them if we want.
Yeah, when you actually design your character on
Correct.
Hero Forge, you can then, instead of purchasing a print, you can purchase the STL. They'll send you the
Oh, that's
download.
true.
They'll
That
send
is
you the
nice. I
download
didn't even
file,
think
and then,
about that.
and then
That's
we
so
get.
smart. And you have the printer then.
And then
so-
he's able to print.
All 6 of them, yeah.
Oh god.
And then we commission them through a lady called, or her business is called Foxfire,
Foxfire. Okay.
and her name is Charlie, and she paints them all.
Like the old-
Not Firefox.
I was
Foxfire.
almost like the old
Foxfire.
web browser, but not quite like the old web browser. More like the TV show Foxfire.
Yeah, we'll add her
Yeah,
information
I like
to
that.
the description fields.
We
of
need
our-
to get that
our-
information out there because
Yeah, well,
I like this. I'm gonna.
We'll
get
add it to we'll add it to the bottom of all our descriptions of
because
our,
the painting second to none. I mean that's quality work.
Well,
I have to say.
The interesting thing about her is the more you tell her about the character, like if you give her the backstory,
I like
she'll
this.
she'll embellish. I had a character, I wish we had the figure here right now, but I had a character in the last campaign. She hand painted the god symbol on the shield of my cleric and then put a starry field in the background, all freehand. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love to get a few of these. It's
You
like
could
I
reach,
really
you could
do.
reach your hand into the shield on this thing.
I've got
amazing.
to get some stuff from her too. This
So,
sounds amazing.
Really, really cool. And he didn't ask her, did he? Just shared the details about what this guy is, and then she took that information and then made it.
What materials do you print with then?
I print with PLA
Okay.
and I print with ABS, depending on what we're printing and the size and the need. So, I can do any style of the filaments. I have other filaments that I use for things, but for gaming, I mostly use the ABS and the PLA. So.
Okay, I'm going to say this for the layman because I'm not sure if they're PLS ones myself. So, what is the ABS? What is the PLS?
ABS is a softer plastic, I guess, is the better way to describe it. It's more toxic.
Sure.
It has to be printed in a printer that is enclosed. PLA is, you can put it in your mouth and it's okay, it won't hurt you.
Oh.
ABS, theoretically, you can put it in your mouth and it can be used for food products, but I wouldn't,
Well,
because I know how it smells when it's doing its thing.
I understand.
Isn't
Well, most
ABS
plastics are like that too.
Yeah, isn't ABS like classic irrigation foaming
It's-
piping? Is that
It's
ABS?
very similar to PVC, yeah.
PVC. It's
That's
similar
what
to
I'm saying.
PVC.
It's right. Yeah.
But it's,
That's the only one I knew. That's what I'm
It's, I
saying.
mean, I'm sure the tensile strengths and all that are completely different,
but like his dwarf that we printed, we printed it in PLA the first time, and it had some problems because it's more rigid. So then I printed it in ABS and then soaked it in this chemical. I'm not gonna get into chemical composition. There's a chemical that you can do called acetone, and you drop it in for 30 seconds and you pull it out, and it actually smooths it out.
That's nail polish remover, boys and girls.
Except it's industrial strength.
Yeah, well, yeah, I wouldn't put it on my girlfriend's fingers. Yeah, that would be bad.
If you've got I think X in the jar. Is Ek in the jar there?
Oh yes, don't pull out Ek.
Ek is, she did Ek, and I just
Oh,
said,
she did Ek as well.
She did Ek,
Sorry.
yeah, she did all of our characters. But I just gave her,
Oh, wow.
and just said, paint them. And look at the two-tone on the skin, on the different shading
Oh,
on
yeah.
the skin and stuff. It's crazy.
I've done my
It's just-
Warhammer
just
ones, and
crazy.
they never came out looking even close to this good. I thought some of
Yeah,
mine were done
looking-
well, and it's like, now I'm
probably
looking at
on the
this one.
bad
I
side
suck.
to pick up.
Don't ever ask me to do your stuff. I'm looking at this. Don't ever ask me.
Oh, it's funny because she did one today, and she actually has gotten to the point now where she's asking us what the color is.
Trying to get it focused. And
Oh,
stuff.
so she wants to actually know the colors.
Come on,
Not
focus.
focused yet.
So for
Focus.
people who watch,
Focus.
There it goes.
There it goes.
so for people who watch us, one of the things you can notice is that our figure's ring at the very bottom, see how that one's green,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
matches the color under our name. So even if you don't get a really good view because there's so much stuff going on,
Mhm.
you can actually see that from the top-down view.
I knew that.
Or the battle cam view is probably a better one because you're looking at the side. So yeah, if you look at the circle at the base of all the characters,
Of course, we all noticed that.
okay. Apparently
That's
not.
kind of nice to know. I did not know that. Thank you for
Yeah,
that input,
so-
actually, because I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
his Sonny happens to be yellow, but not because his name is Sonny. It's because
Yeah, he's got
you're
white
yellow,
skin.
right?
Yeah, I chose yellow because in every game I play, I always pick the yellow piece.
Is your
And
character is coward?
So
Huh?
the base of his is yellow.
You're doing bad time.
And Nathan's is white.
Yellow is the character color you take. You're
and we've got
white.
red and blue. You know, so
Alright.
and green.
People who
So-
know me know why I chose white.
Because it's furthest from
So, yeah,
the
so-
possibility of the truth. Gotcha.
So if you're ever watching a game, and you're looking at the battle map and you want to try and figure out where everybody is and go, okay, where's Ek at, or where's Davros or Hazel or any of the other players, just look for the
Yeah,
color
it would
code
make it so
against
much easier for the game master too when it comes right
Yeah.
down to it.
Yes.
When the DM can actually take a look at the table and say, "Oh, look at
It
that!
was actually
Yeah, there you are."
your
Ek.
idea.
I
Yeah.
like
When
that.
we were discussing doing this, I think that
That's so
Dave
smart.
came up with that.
No, that's very smart.
It was also a very
Easy to
last
keep
minute
track.
thing.
Easier to keep track of online for when you all are watching. You can see it by the characters on the screen.
It was actually a very last minute
It
thing.
was only last minute for
Right.
you. We had planned this like
Oh,
weeks before.
Well, we were painting it very last minute
Oh, put the rings on, yeah.
because we didn't put the rings on until literally like 20 minutes before we started filming.
Well, you had
Yeah.
you have the color on. Yeah, you got to get the
It-
color schemes matched. up.
It's
That's
like
the
all
part of it.
things when you're getting ready to launch this thing off. We were like, there was always something else, something else, something
Oh,
else,
always,
something
always.
else, and finally we're like, we just got to go with it, guys. Let's go. And we fired it up and ran, even though we knew there was still those things that weren't the way we
I
wanted.
still haven't started
So-
my blog again. I've been trying to do it for
So-
the last couple of years. I understand. So
And we're making tuning as we go. We watch each episode. We make additional tuning. I think we're going to change some of the zoom positions of the DM cam because most of the time he's sitting down versus standing up.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we want it to be also you can be seen when he's standing up.
that's smart.
You know,
So when
yeah.
I stood up there, I couldn't be seen apparently.
Right. But 90% of the time you're not standing, and they've got the
That's
other
true.
view. So we're going to play with that. We've been making
You'll tweak the format on the site, I'm sure.
positions of the microphone positions are different, and the things like that to improve the
No, that's
improve
great.
every episode. So.
So,
You'll see that as we're making episodes. We'll have these little refinements.
and you guys out there don't get to see the technology that goes behind this because it is our trade secret right now, right? We're not.
Until I told them about the boom. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean,
Some of the stuff is
it-
not
it's
so
obvious.
trade,
Well, yeah.
but other stuff, certainly this is all pretty well custom put together.
Well, it is. Yeah.
The custom
If you
copies.
could see what they actually did to put this all together.
Well, we have a custom boom set up.
The,
Yeah,
the
we have-
store runs and
But-
stuff for various computer parts and things. It's kind of fun. It was interesting.
The reason all the technology exists and what we're doing is so that people can actually see. Because it's funny because I get all the time from people now who watch this.
Yeah.
Oh man, I never realized this or I never realized that. There are other shows. We're not doing it to be a show. We're doing it more for educational, so other people
Yeah.
can watch.
Exactly.
We want to inspire the 90% of the home players.
But
out
look at the
there. We want-
production values. It's so amazing. No, I
Yeah.
just on that for the sole
We're-
purpose. It is from home. That's,
is a
that's
home.
the idea.
It's not a studio.
It's not in a studio. You hear the birds.
You
That's
hear
the
the
first
echoes.
episode we found that out. We met both the birdies. It's like my bird was even in one of the episodes too, apparently. So it's like so.
Oh yeah, we had a cameo.
Yeah, Archimedes, he's my boy.
So the lighting isn't perfect, the sound isn't perfect, but that's where everybody else plays.
You're not doing it for that sake. You're showing off what you do.
Babies crying, people walking.
No, well, I won't
Who's
cry
got- who's got-
anymore.
who's
No,
got-
no, no. I'm talking about. I have 7 kids.
Oh, you do?
Oh.
Okay.
All my kids, as they grew up, played, and from little babies up,
But how old are your kids now?
they're in their 20s, and
And if you have babies crying and they're in their 20s, there's an issue. That's all I'm saying.
well, no. Now that our kids are in their 20s, the grandkids,
They have the grandkids.
the grandkids
That's
get the big dice that they can't swallow. So
So we want to inspire all the home players out
No,
there
definitely.
with what we're doing, and hopefully we're doing that.
And I hope everyone's enjoying what they can see. It's like
Um,
even the little wheel they're made off the keg. It's like
And
it's amazing.
We
It's
would
like-
really love comments. Post comments and tell us what you want to see.
ask a question. We
Ask
will answer.
questions on any of the videos. If you like something, or you want to see something different, or you got an idea, or you thought something was cool, share it. We'd love to hear from you.
Please,
or something was wacky.
It was whack, yo.
Yes, apparently that's a thing.
Why have I heard of that? And I don't want to ask.
So-
Never mind. It sounds like it has to do with that S&M org. On that note,
Oh god.
wacky-o.
What's the safe word?
Wacky-o.
That's not a safe word, that's a country.
So anyway, so Sparks, you did go down.
Multiple times.
You get multiple times. So
Like
so
you
you,
do.
you became the
Right.
sparkling sparks on the ground because you kept waking up. Ha! That's okay. You weren't alone. You weren't alone. Davros, he was right there with you.
I'd rather get hit multiple times than the casters get hit multiple times or the squishies.
Well,
I'm a lot less squishy.
You should get hit multiple times. You shouldn't have gone down multiple times.
No, that wasn't the plan.
Oh, okay. That's-
I have a 21 AC, but
Well, Davros was the funny one in that one, in my opinion. Unfortunately, he's not here to defend himself on it, but he just gets back up after being a volley of arrows takes him down. He's down on the ground.
lovely one last.
Saving throw. Oh my God! He got a 1 on that. A 20. He's up. Yes. Charge. Down again. Anyways.
What did he do? 4 times? Save the blue elf!
Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
So
Why would you attack if you heal yourself or get to someplace safe a little bit and go, okay, bandage up a little. Just
So as a 5th edition understanding,
Yes.
in any other edition, they'd have just been dead.
Oh, they would have been dead. 100% right.
Yeah.
3.5, it's like, second time, nope, you're gone. Sorry.
Or dead.
Yeah. Oh, mercy. But Barian, Flan's brother, or wielder, whatever you want to call him,
Partner.
life partner, right?
Oh boy.
No, I'm not saying that.
Life partner it is. So, Barian seems to be luck incarnate here, I have
Yes.
to say.
Well, he's that. The neat thing about Barian is he's that guy you meet who's very simple, who
Correct.
the universe just, oh right.
But but it's hysterical to me because it's like, hey, that's not very nice. Don't do that. They take a swing at him. He falls on his ass and stabs himself in the eye. Not Barian, the guy he's talking to, the guy who's gonna kill him. And you're like, what just happened?
Exactly.
Does he have a feat that's extremely lucky or something?
It's called dumb luck.
It's
literally
so
dumb
funny.
luck.
luck.
And his dice roll that way. It's just like it's crazy.
And to that player's credit, they haven't seen him in how they roll. But when I came to play in this group a year and a half ago,
Oh yeah.
I always talked about how we each improved. Jace has nowhere to go. He is.
Chase started out this way.
Yeah,
yes.
he is
Since
that
I
good of
played
a-
with him too. Yeah.
He is that good of a role player.
He's good. He is good.
And he lives Barian when he plays him. So that is
As
amazing.
You should.
Yeah, I
Take
mean,
it to heart.
because that's not him in real life by
No,
any means.
no.
That is his character, and he does. And
He's not a simpleton in real life by any means.
no, he's super smart, but his character is super lucky, and I don't know if it's the universe or whatever. I mean, it's all.
because
Well,
he
it's
doesn't have.
crazy. It's like I want to know where you guys get your dice too. It's like I swear to
Oh,
they're loaded dice. 20, 21, 1, 21, 1, 21.
The ridiculous thing was that Sparks with the 21 AC was getting hit more often than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
With
mean.
his
It was
seven-
like it was
what was it,
crazy.
17 AC or something?
I buy my
No, he's less than
local
that.
hobby shop. Support your local hobby shops.
Yes, indeed.
Don't read the Amazon.
Amazon's good. I think I got most of my dice there. Try to go to game shops there.
Support your local hobby shops.
No, I exclusively buy all my dice at the local hobby shop.
Hobby shops are the best ones, I think, too. I will say this: whenever I go into a hobby shop, new one I've seen I haven't been to before, I always do actually go in. What dice do you have here? What character? Let me see your characters. What do you got?
If you notice if you look, I bought pretty bright dice
Yes.
this time around. This is the first time in 15 years I've used a different color scheme for my dice.
Nice.
So and they have not been lucky so far for me.
Go back to yellow.
Yeah, no, I'm at yellow. It's always been
Oh,
green,
you got
gold.
you got the yellow today. Gotcha.
Yeah, so. But I don't know. I like your die. You have the coolest die ever.
I haven't seen my metal ones.
No, he's got a die when it rolls one.
Can you even talk about that
Oh.
one? Yeah, can you even talk about that one?
Yeah,
That's a bit of a hush
I
hush.
can't. I
You
can't
can talk about it.
I
You
can't
can
say
say
where
where
it
Yeah,
came
it was
from.
built under hush hush situation. So
It's not going to tell where it came from, but it's yeah, you can talk about it.
It's one of Gil's dice.
Yeah.
Don't fuck me, Gil.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of his hand forged, not cast. We're talking
Yeah, he
hand
took
forged
he took the
dice.
stamp and
Gil
literally.
Ramirez, yeah. So you see them on other shows, and there's the
I have-
classic phrase of
I have
"Don't
a-
fuck me, Gil."
I have a solid
And,
steel dice.
You know,
It's huge, but he's got this little hand forged dice that's solid iron, and it's definitely puts my huge one to shame. even though-
yeah, and you know
Yeah.
what? His F me dice die does indeed F me a lot. You know, so
Well, and if it doesn't do you any good, you can always
Yeah.
throw it at the DM and.
So
But
it's done a few good rolls, but it sure does like to say the F bomb.
I have one of those as well.
But it's one of my funnest die to have.
I'll bring mine next time.
However, the leader in dice investment is definitely Katrina. She
Yeah,
has
I've
like
seen
30 sets of dice or something that she brings.
She brings 90% of it with her.
yeah, she ritualistically rolls each of them to test
Yep.
it, and chooses her sets of dice depending on how they roll.
Oh right. So if you can see sometimes on the sky cam,
Yep.
you can sometimes see her little staging area. Her dice are all set up in this nice little pattern. Well,
They're all
those
nice.
dice aren't the ones that she just pulls out and sets them up every day. No, she will pull out when she sits at the table before we start
Yeah,
filming,
right.
and roll each one. And if it rolls well or to her satisfaction, she'll stage those dice, those colored dice, but. Then she'll take an entire color and they'll go in the box. They won't even come out that day.
In all fairness, it's like when I play craps in Vegas, it's like I don't take a dice unless they add up to 7.
Wow.
It's like, okay, shake them up again. It's like, they're like, what? Let's shake them up again, yeah? Okay, at least 2. So yes, I understand. There's some things like that sometimes.
So
I don't know if there's anything to be said about it.
you know, there's some that I was wanted to share was my
Please.
my favorite point of the game in I think it was Live Die Repost, which was when I got to actually do my ability specific to my totem. And I have to say, when I was able to clamp down on that work and hand
Oh, yes.
carry it into the other elemental,
That
it
was
just
interesting.
like
That was interesting. I
time to
didn't
take
say
a walk. That was just, I was like, okay.
I thought that was interesting.
X,
It's worth taking
X
the
zone,
damage.
yeah.
It's worth taking
But,
the damage.
and the DM was so kind. He says, "That was so cool. I'm not even going to make you get hurt."
Yeah, that was in part 2. That was great. I enjoyed that part a lot too. That was fun. Anyways, it's like Derek, who's not here, unfortunately here, but he did kill the one boss guy, and then it's like Davros got his revenge on it. Basically, you were the voice of reason. Before they went into part 2, you were the voice of reason. You're saying, okay, look, let's regroup, let's regather. They want to talk, and it's like he challenged us. Let's like attack, and it's like that wasn't you. You're saying, okay, let's talk. It's like no, everyone just started shooting, and boom, 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 pew, pew, pew.
But okay, so
Yeah,
he was talking about his character background.
Yeah.
My character background, which I won't be able to reveal all of it yet because you're still discovering it, but I very much lived my life to protect my little brother, who's
We've seen this.
kind
yes.
of a, as you said, simple person.
Yeah.
And I look at him as being a little kid still.
Yeah.
So like when we were in the tavern and I said, go give her the money, all of that, I'm treating him like he's my little brother.
Exactly.
Because he is my little brother in the game. And when I see a bunch of orcs killed, and if you remember back in episode 1, They killed kids.
Yeah, they were. Orcs aren't nice people.
Sonny's seeing red. That I don't want to talk to these people. They just need to die.
But
And-
you just, my dwarf would have done the same thing. They're orcs. So
and funny story is, it's not because they're orcs. He has a history with orcs. I have a history with bullies.
Oh, there you go.
And they're beating on. Not that they beat up kids. They killed a kid
Yes.
right in front of me. I'm done with these guys. I can't give away what happens in the next episode, but there's a lot of growth, character. Watch the next episode after this one, right? There's a lot of character interaction and growth
Episode 4 part
between
1 and 2.
characters. Because history-wise, he hates orcs, but he knows orcs for different reasons. I don't know orcs. I don't care. I just saw bullies and saw red, and that's what his,
Fine. I like the hating orcs part too.
I'm just a
That's just
warforged.
Oh,
He just likes killing stuff.
Well, and they took his dad basically,
Yeah, more or
and
less.
it's like,
He
or
doesn't,
his
he
father.
doesn't care. He's a warforged. He just likes to fight.
My adopted father.
Yeah.
He just likes to fight.
So there's a lot of.
That's his story. He likes to fight. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, when
It'll get more.
There's a lot more than I had
had
on
I had a feeling. Yeah.
We're just having dug very
First
deep.
of all, where the hell did the Warforged come from in the first place? to work
Exactly.
at a
I
bar?
know.
Yeah,
I
so-
can't tell you.
Exactly. So
Well-
we know there's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah, but that's the point of the Dungeons and Dragons experience.
Oh, definitely.
Is that you're like, you saw some interaction in Pie Party,
Oh,
and
definitely.
then we went off and did a bunch of like really stupid things. and as a,
Getting to know each other.
as a
of
funny
course.
story, our DM's birthday was right before
Correct. Yes.
the river episode.
Yep.
Rivers of Frustration.
So I didn't know we were doing rivers, so I actually bought him rivers, and then the very next week he throws that in, and I'm like, damn it, I'm buying you fluffy bunnies next year.
yeah, and then he's gonna say, "Can you print me some teeth?"
Oh no, the hardest thing, being the guy who prints stuff, is like he'll ask me to print stuff like a week ahead of time. So I'm printing these monsters. Just it's done. It's done.
I have to admit, I want to maybe ask for a couple things too before this episode's done. Anyways,
Yeah.
So our DM is here. So
that is true.
Yeah,
Yes, here.
you could get him on camera so he'll stop plotting against us.
I don't know. We could try that.
I never plot. I
He just
only have
does.
dreams of rainbows.
So,
and
anyways, the
unicorns.
challenge by the orc happens.
Mhm.
Our lovely DM here, it's like he just let him get shot and everything, and then it's like apparently orcs came out of nowhere on dire wolves. It's like they just come in and attack, poisoned arrows, everyone's going down, blood, gore, mayhem everywhere. Orcs loved it. You guys did okay.
We appreciate the orcs in those battles donating such awesome items to our group.
That is true. At the end, you guys got some interesting.
We got
we
some.
do have that horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what that is
It's,
exactly.
it's very horn.
You got
The
a
horn that will never be revealed as you keep rolling terrible.
the
on dire wolf cape and stuff.
That looks good on me. It's a little tight, but
With
it
the little
looks good on-
plating
looks good on
inside.
the
It's like
Warforged.
reinforced armor, basically. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's a +1 to my armor, so that
So
works.
that leads to
That was true.
that my favorite point in that whole episode was where the monk went out and started fighting them as they were running away.
Oh, yeah.
And they threw arrows at her, and she was just kind of like matrixing it.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and then
No.
she hit him with their own arrows. I was like, oh yeah.
I love monks. Yeah.
It's just like, I can't win with this.
And the neat thing about the monk is, for the player, is a complete departure from her previous character that she played for years.
Rogue?
She did the thief, right?
Yeah, she did
Yeah,
it. Thief.
yeah.
So this
Wow.
this character is like a complete departure, and
Yes and no, because they're still laid back.
no.
But you know what I.
Rogue was not laid back.
Well, you know what I mean. They kind of work from the shadows. And everything. She's kind of. Good point. She's kind of been headstrong, just going.
she's
Into,
on
it's like,
the-
wait a minute.
Yeah, she's not the monk that stands there and goes full defense, and then go ahead and hit me while other people get the drop on. She's like, I'm going to kill you.
No.
And not only am I going to kill you, but I'm going to chase you down and kill you.
And dance on their face while they're still standing and all the way onto the
Well,
ground. Yeah, interesting stuff.
That specific feature, like just chasing you down to kill you, is one of the reasons why Warforged by that themselves are so terrifying because they don't get tired.
Yep.
Correct.
They will hunt you to the ends of the earth.
Yeah, they could still.
You don't
I'm
sleep
going to
for the
run
most
after
part.
you.
You just keep on going. It's like,
And
I do not
run
suffer
after
from
you
exhaustion.
until you.
it's like a revenant almost. It's like, let's just go. I want that person now. It's like,
If they can keep standing.
Yeah.
well, yeah, if you can keep standing instead of sparking all over the ground and they'll.
It's not my fault that Flan's bigger brother decided to beat me up.
Well, I don't think
Orcish brother.
they weren't really related.
He said no relation.
Yeah, they weren't related,
He says he's much cuter.
and they were just cousins anyway. So it's like it was okay when they kissed like they did. I mean,
It was a giant boulder on a chain. What's the
Well,
difference?
if you watch
like
that,
I said, S&M orc orgy. Okay?
well, no, but
Anyways.
I call it the dance-off because if you watch the battle,
Oh yeah.
the
that's
battle between the two rocks was just them swinging it back and forth at each
true.
other.
So funny.
I was like,
they were dancing. No kidding.
I was like, just hit him.
I was waiting for the bard to come in the background. I know I don't have a bard, but a bard to come in the background and start playing. Yeah, it was. Like you say, it was a dance off.
It really was because they were swinging at each other, and there was there was no hitting going on at the beginning of the battle. So I mean, they went a couple of turns. Just it was like
To the left, to the
cheerleaders
right.
or something.
Jumping left, right.
So
Right,
you know, though,
right.
if you really want to, classify that battle, the bottom line is victory. Just saying.
S&M orc orgy.
No, I'm saying both of
Probably
them.
just so low that that's not going to pick up.
Read the mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, that's what he did. Victory.
Yeah, it's what
No one died.
In England, remember, don't do it this way, please.
Nope.
No one died. I'm telling you, if Eck didn't have that stuff,
Actually,
very different. Anyway,
good.
yeah, I can't wait until the next episode when Eck gets the chance to actually confront the fact of why he's so pissed off.
I look forward to seeing it. So.
Well, and another lesson for players, especially people who haven't played a lot, still buddies. So, what your characters do and what you are as a person, remember, don't get so heated.
Oh,
yeah, so true.
Oh yeah, no, this is
It's over.
Characters
Exactly.
don't like each other. No,
Yeah.
no.
Keep
Players
it separate. Keep it
Players
separate.
always
You
do
and I
that.
played the game before too. We had it out, so it's like, trust me, it
Yeah.
happens. But it's like, you're only doing it in character. That's the idea.
Yeah, so
Although there are those people who just create asshole characters
Just to be
Sorry.
assholes.
just to be
Sorry.
assholes.
Sorry.
But no, that's.
well, Sonny's been trying to be an asshole, so you'll.
But see, that's not
It's
an
not an
asshole
asshole.
character. That's not an asshole. It's and I mean in the
Yeah.
way that the person who plays the character starts putting their own agenda into the character.
That's what I'm saying.
Their
Oh.
own player's agenda into the character, and that's when you get into asshole characters.
Yeah, we've all ran into a few.
So
I don't think we. This is the neat thing about this group is I don't think we have that. So it
Give it time, Sonny. Give
No,
it
no,
time.
no.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's
I
the
know,
whole
of
point.
course.
Is giving it
Yeah.
time.
But
Is
they are.
that,
They-
that we're friends that have been playing for forever.
Exactly. And the
I-
thing
I-
is, you see the characters as they get along right now. They're not all getting along very well right now. And that's to be understood, but eventually you will become friends. You'll get to know each other.
Hopefully the
Family
characters
even.
will.
that's why
Family
you,
even.
that's why you have to
usually
watch
happens in
episode
D&D.
4
Ooh.
to find out what's going on with that. But no, I will give you the difference between this group. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for a lot of
Since it
years,
started, same here.
almost
Anyways.
since it started. Not quite.
Well, yeah, we're not that old yet.
I played Chainmail, which is the
I-
progenitor.
I played that.
But I have never had a group that has invoked tears. Like I've been a mess after a couple of games, or even during a game. In this one, the scenes with him and the mom and the
Oh, the beginning.
I'm just like,
episode
oh
was
my
crazy.
god.
They killed my dog, man.
Yeah, well, they,
My dog.
They killed his dog.
Forget
they
the kids,
stole his dad.
forget his dad, but the dog.
I'm literally becoming mechanical John Wick.
Yeah, well, and not only did they kill your dog, but then the little kid goes looking for the dog, and it's just like, oh my god.
I know, that's the part that got me, and then everyone just kind of walks away. It's like, let's just go over here.
Yeah, 'cause-
It's like, yeah, who wants to deal with that right now?
Or
Yeah.
the guard. Let's not piss off the Warforged.
Yeah, but
you seen my doggy?
Oh God! Don't bring that up.
Sorry, yeah.
I was off camera there going,
I
God,
know.
that sucks. Oh.
And then we lost the dwarf. That was kind of disappointing. Then we met
Yeah.
a turtle who,
Who was
by
much
the way,
more, much more of a man than that.
I don't
dwarf
know.
ever
I don't know
was.
if that dwarf lived or not, but I think we're
I
keeping.
like the turtle better.
Yeah,
I like the
think
turtle
it's up to you.
There we have it.
If
I don't know about you, but the introduction of the Twitter was cheesy as fuck.
Well, I agree with that. Yeah, it worked. It worked.
Hey, own that cheese.
It was cheesy.
And
but it
there we
works.
have it. At this episode, we have Turtle over the dwarf. Definitely sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, some people like short guys more.
And we had an orc orgy. Wasn't that fun?
Stop saying that. That's no part of that is pleasant.
Oh,
Anyways.
wait, come on. You stayed hard through the whole thing because you're a warforged.
We're looking forward to the next episodes to come. Thank you so much. Robert Lee here, David, Matt, Nathan. It's been a pleasure. Until next time. Peace.
Keep on rolling.
Peace.
Keep
Not
on
peace,
rolling
not
together.
peace.
All right. See you later.
Rolling out. There we go. I like it. Robert, rolling out.
Man says good night.
Or good day. Could be in the morning.
No, you can't say that on camera.
Oh, okay.
You just did.
No, wait. You know what? I think he's been playing with your dice.
Is your hand wet again too?
Oh,
Oh.
always.
That's getting cut.
Is your hand wet again?